Hello and welcome back to Everybody Loves Raiken, our weekly 5th edition live play podcast. When last we left off, the party was well on its way in its final day of travel through the mysterious and winding caverns of the Underdark, toward their goal, the city of Onyx, a drow city still under the control of Lolth, the Spider Queen. There they hope to find the lost artifact, the Silver Fang, the Sword of Bahamut, which was taken from the capital city of Arcosia months ago. They have been led on this journey by guides, Irin and Thala, two drow soldiers from Umbralite, a city that they helped save. And as they sneak through the caverns, now and again, the party is less stealthy than they want to be. This is one of those times in the latter half of the day of travel. The party has once again done something to be discovered by a patrol of drow from the city of Onyx. So, I will have all of you roll initiative.
Did I confuse, didn't we already?
What's that?
We did in the previous encounter, this is a new one. We finished the other one.
So, last session, you rolled both sets of stealth for the two halves of today's travel. And there were enough low rolls in each to give you away once during each set of travel.
I see.
So, you had an encounter with a small patrol of drow, a priestess and two soldiers who seemed to have been taking leisure in a hot spring underground. It was a relatively easy fight. Now you're in a twisting, dark tunnel.
I see, so we skipped ahead a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, I got a bit confused there.
It is now hours later.
Okay.
That way, you can travel a whole day, and it doesn't take me 24 hours to tell you how you got to the city.
Gotcha.
We now have a Mal.
Hi, Malachi.
Oh, gosh. I'm a little late now.
You hear me?
Not really.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me a minute.
Okay, everybody's rolling initiative?
Yep.
Yeah.
Most of them are already up there. I think we're just waiting on Leah and Yuki.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I rolled in game, so... there.
Oh my gosh, I'm ahead of 3 people.
I feel like I should just take a mulligan just to try and see if I can knock that down a peg.
This boon for Raiken.
I mean, your points are yours to spend.
No, I already rolled it. I'll leave it as it is.
Wait, so did something happen while I was not there yet?
No, we skipped ahead, so we're just rolling initiative for the next battle.
In short,
Oh,
the 9s from the 2 Dragonborn have got us caught once again.
what? I'm innocent. It's all Raiken's fault.
No, it's mostly your fault.
I guess the
You know
volume thing is set per computer because the music started and it was so loud.
Yes, your all of your Discord interactions and volumes are per computer. You'll have to find the sweet spot again, but I usually keep rhythm at about 53.
Surprised the hell out of me.
53, that's... Mine is on 20.
I'm like a couple minutes.
Yeah, at 20 I wouldn't be able to hear anything, so...
The damn trackpad on my cover that I have for the Surface clicks whenever I touch it, and I hate it, and I can't figure out how to turn that fucking feature off.
Yeah, what, Al?
I said I'm like 2 or 3 minutes from the house. If you want to roll my initiative, you can.
Okay, I will do so.
Yeah, someone was talking my ear off because we were having a discussion for the club, and it was just like, dude, I gotta go.
The die roll was a 9.
Okay, so that is 14 for me then.
14.
Or no, I lied. Not 14. 16.
Damn! Right in the middle.
Plus 7 initiative is pretty good. Okay. Let's get the new initiative. Where the hell did I click on? That up. There it is. The first jump button that came under my finger. Alright. Leah, what you got?
11.
11. Nice. There we go. Lair, what you got?
7.
Nice. Cyrus.
6.
Wow.
Big whopping 3.
Nice. Vendar.
23.
23. Jebel.
21.
Raiken.
14.
What's your plus? Oh, wait, I know. Never mind.
You mean my minus?
Yeah. Yep. That is what I meant. That's really funny. Alright, let's go like this.
Otherwise, I would have had a 16.
Let's go like this. Let's go like this. And then like this. And then we shall simply go the... Okay. Everything in order? Yes. Yes. Cyrus, what's your dex?
3.
You rolled a 3, huh?
Yep.
Nice. Vendar, you're going first for once again.
Oh, that's nice. I did roll well. I got a
Yeah.
big bonus.
Let's see, initiative. What in the... And boom. Done. Okay. Now then. I just need to... I hit the space part while I was still in that program. What the hell does it do?
It's what opens and closes the menus.
No, well, when I said that program, I meant OBS.
Ah, sorry.
I was trying to open and close the menus.
That
God.
makes more sense.
Need to grab... I guess I'll say that the, one difficulty with, not generally, having to share the, map with everybody is, like, finally getting to place enemies where everybody doesn't really know. And then knowing that there's still some people on the stream, it's like, well, some people know. And I'm guessing that they're not going to have a token for the thing I want.
I mean, if you're looking for a Drider, they definitely don't have that.
I wish they did. I like
I'm not even
Driders.
sure they have a giant spider, but they might have that.
Might they? Where would that be? Beast?
Probably under Beast.
Oh,
That or like Monstrosity down near the bottom.
it was that.
Monstrosity.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh well. Alright, now I should be able to come out of build mode. GM tools, set size, large. GM tools, set size, large. Yeah, just remember I'm still kind of, learning all the tools.
Yep. No worries.
Okay, now I should be able to set it into turn-based mode and do the initiative.
Yep.
And-
It says you're setting up initiative.
Okay, cool.
So better chart than last time. If things don't work, I'll just leave immediately this time, just in case.
I had set you back as a player, I believe, before
Yep.
you joined.
Yep, you did. I had checked before I joined even. If I was GM, I was actually gonna ask, I was gonna, like, set your PMU to change it if you didn't mind.
Okay. This is interesting. I clicked both spiders to see what would happen if it would group them or not, but it doesn't. So hopefully it knows properly what I mean when I'm doing that. Alright. Guide draw. Bop bop. Yukikaze is the one with the shield. Resim is the black dragonborn. Raiken is the one with the axe. Leah is this one. Laramendis is here. I put Cyrus in the wrong place. Who was I supposed to click?
Yep.
I did put Cyrus in the wrong place. I was supposed to click Jebel. Where? Green Hat.
He's directly north of Leo. Not north.
Laurel and then Jebel. That's correct. I do like that it's easy to correct mistakes.
Yep. That is a nice feature.
Cyrus and then my Drow. Okay. Let's do it thus. I had originally rolled the priestess just as a lump with the other two drow, and then I thought, well, she kind of deserves to be separated since she has a totally different combat style and a totally different, like, priority in combat. She got a nat 20.
Nice.
I don't know that you'd have, you know, known to go find her anyway on your first turn.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna apply the turn order.
I see it.
Yep. And it's
And-
working.
Good, excellent. So...
Immediately from the action.
So basically what happens is you are moving through the tunnels, following your guide drow as normal, moving as quietly as you can, when, once again, there is a commotion, caused by the two Dragonborn trying to squeeze through a space really only big enough for one of them at a time. Upon this loud sound echoing through the tunnels, and, you know, some of you trying to remind them that this is a stealthy mission. You are going to hear a nearly sultry voice in Undercommon echo down the tunnel. It's definitely coming from ahead, but you have this long, narrow tunnel ahead of you, so that's kind of all you know at the moment. As she says to you, "You must be the ones the Overseer's expecting. You're late." I'm gonna very quickly pull up. I'm allowed to? Goodness. Acting really squirrely for a second there. There we go. Doop-doop-doo. Gonna grab a spell from horror. Okay. Yes.
What map are we on?
Hang on. To be able to just...
Pull me in.
Yep.
Okay.
There we go. Alright. Another thing that I would like them to...
You didn't need either, right?
No, I can take some.
You're gonna get two is all you're gonna.
So another thing that I would like them to incorporate into the game is going to be areas of effect. Like, sustained ones. Okay. So, she does a thing. None of you is currently aware of her. And so it then becomes Vendar's turn. Vendar, because of your senses, everybody is now aware that you are in a combat situation, though you have not seen the enemies. So what would you like to do, given the jumbled arrangement of your compatriots?
Well, it appears they are all in the way.
It is. And remember that on your turn you can communicate to your team and tell or ask them to do certain things to, you know, alleviate certain pains. You can see that your two guide drow were heading down this tunnel in the middle as you came off of this downward slope.
Oh, so it's
Yeah, so you'd be following the two guide drow up top. You are this one here.
I'm facing the other direction.
I mean, remember, there's no facing in D&D. I just dropped the token and didn't have a chance to turn it around. Everybody's going this way.
Yeah. Okay. I know there are enemies over there.
You do know that the voice seemed to come from, this area where your guide drow are.
So, there are like 3 tunnels in front of us?
It does look like there are 3 ways to go. There. Oops, I guess a better one would be just line. There, there, and there.
It was coming from in front of the drow, and I can't. Looks like there's not a way to fit through there.
No, but remember that you can move through ally squares. They just cost double movement, and also you can, you can instead tell people what you want them to do, and then prepare an action for when they do it. So you could be like, hey, clear a path through the middle, and then prepare the action to move that way, and then when they get out of the way, you immediately go.
Could I prepare an action to move and shoot?
No, you prepare to move, or you prepare to shoot.
Yeah, see. It'd be...
You can move and prepare, but
I could shoot one of them and get my assassin advantage, but...
Well, you can always try going down one of the other paths and hope that it connects somehow, but the voice seemed clearest coming from here. So, like, for example, if you wanted to try another path, you could, where's my measure? You could, move from here to this square, and move up this way, and hope that there's a path out this way. Or instead, you could move double across Yukikaze and then out into this path, if you wanted to try that. Or you could be moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get into this tunnel. And then you could still dash as a bonus action and get another 30 feet up this way. So, like, you can get past them.
Yeah, but dashing blindly into a 5x5 tunnel.
Why would that not be a good idea?
I want to wait at least for the fighters and stuff to get up there. I guess I'll just wait.
Okay. So
until they've cleared a path.
You could take a defensive action in case something comes at you. You could prepare an action to do something in case something happens. You could move yourself to somewhere more advantageous and then prepare to do something. Like, you could move up to the square ahead of you so that you're at least 5 feet closer and then prepare to shoot or something like that.
Now, if I move 5 feet forward and then prepared to move, would I only be able to move 25 feet?
Yes. But you still could move your other 25 feet.
I guess I'll move one step forward and then I'll prepare a move for when the place is clear and at least Raiken has gone forward.
We've never done anything like it. It's really weird, but could he use his bonus action to dash and then still use his action to prepare a movement and then get to use the rest of his dash? That seems
I would say yes.
That seems reasonable, right?
Doubles your movement for the turn.
Right, exactly.
So, well, then there's no reason not to.
And one other thing. Generally, when you're preparing an action, you're preparing an action. In this case, you'd be preparing the dash action to move on someone else's turn. So normally you'd still have your full movement, even if you did use movement on your turn.
No. When you prepare, you either move or you attack.
You're preparing an action. In this case, you'd be preparing the dash action. That's
Yeah, but that doesn't do anything because you can't move. It's not your turn anymore. Like, I prepare to prepare.
Then by that logic, you can't attack because it's not your turn anymore.
You prepare to dash. You have no dash. You don't move though, because the action dash just doubles your movement.
It gives you your movement again.
No, that's a bad conception. It doubles your movement. It doesn't give you movement again. Because if your movement speed is reduced, it just gives you the reduced speed again.
Correct. It will give you the reduced speed again. But it's still giving it to you again. It doesn't, like... Anyways.
He's chosen his action.
Do what you want.
So you are going to prepare to move up once the way is clear.
Yep, and at least one of the Dragonborn has moved forward.
Okay. Then, Doral, still in a weakened state, still choosing to not engage if possible. Going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And, not up there, buddy. He's only got 25 because he's a halfling, so he's going to move there. He just doesn't want to block the path. That looks good. Alright. The Jebel.
It's me.
Yes, you're here. You have 60 feet of vision.
That's a lot of feet.
Huh? What?
60 feet is a lot of feet. Can you imagine having 60 feet?
60 feet of vision?
Well, just 60 feet. 2 legs, but 60 feet.
Oh, shut up. My brain is having a hard enough time right now without all this BS. You have 60 feet of dark vision, which means that within a straight line of you, you can see anything that falls within the lighted area. So
yes.
You can see up to the wall in front of your drow guides. You can see that there is a pathway off to the right that you can narrowly see, like, up there.
It's there.
It seems to widen out, and then you can see that there is a pathway directly to your left that Doral has taken cover in that seems to have a lot of... Well, it has at least one more path out that way, and it seems to expand to the right.
The
really crowded ahead of you.
2 drow guides.
Yeah.
Do we have telepathic bond on?
Yes.
Is one of them included?
Yes.
Yes.
Iran.
Iran. Then I will use that. Iran or Irlin?
Iran, like I-R-E-N.
Iran. Okay. I'll go telepathically and just go. Iran, I don't know if you know this area, but do we have to go straight ahead, or can we take one of these other paths and flank?
The other paths are windy, and at least the one on the right is a dead end. But, yeah, you could take the left.
I'll take the left. If worst comes to worst, I'll just come right back.
Thela and I'll get out of the way. We don't want to engage in this fight. We don't have to.
Understood. Okay, I'm gonna head down the left path.
Okay. That is... reasonable 5.
I'm gonna stick to the right wall all the way.
Okay. 15, 20,
25.
25. Yep, and it does seem that there is 2 paths here. Sticking to the right wall will take you on the right path, and there appears to be like a small opening and then a pillar rising up in the middle. A stalagmite, stalactite. Stalagmite, stalactite. You do not see any enemies this way. You can dash, or you can cast a spell. You have telepathic bond, so you can continue talking.
Do I hear anything up ahead?
Think about that for a moment. No, like you can still hear the echoes of your team's scuffling movements as they, prepare to engage in combat. But other than that, you don't hear anything notable. You get the faint sense of a burbling, like the movement of fluid, some kind of liquid nearby in the caves.
I get a sense of the direction that it's coming from?
Yeah, from the west. Your character's left.
Okay.
Go off the left side of the screen.
Okay, I guess I'm going to double move
Okay.
forward again.
Alright, so another 25 feet. 10, 15, 20, 25. Alright, that puts you in a narrow pathway. Let me double check your vision. Alright. Yeah, so you can see that the path narrows and then widens out up ahead, and you kind of get the sense that there's like a ledge further ahead. Like at least 45 feet ahead.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay.
I will just say that I've over telepathic bonded to say like well, I haven't run into anything yet.
Yeah. Looks like that's so weird. I thought it would, like, automatically change from one to the other. That worked less well than I hoped. Alright, you know what? Fine. Be that way. 5, 10, 15, call it 40. Yeah, that's within their movement. Okay. Aaron's turn. Aaron is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hey, this one's the dead end. We'll wait here for you to clear the way.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can see that Aaron and Thala are exchanging hand gestures. Yukikaze. Yukikaze.
I'm here.
Alright, so...
I was thinking for a second.
Yeah.
No. What I want to do real quick is... I don't think I can see anything.
Not really. You can see up to that wall there. You know that the path, is windy.
Yeah.
You know that you're...
I got... Where am I? I see... I lost track of myself for a minute. Can you read them both for a second? I am... Oh, right behind Raiken.
Yeah. If you zoom in, you can get inside the ball.
Yeah, oh, okay, sorry. I didn't know that. My apologies. Alright, I will tap Raiken on the shoulder real quick. Hey, you guys say anything over telepathic bond?
What has it said over telepathic bond so far?
Oh, jeez!
That the party is splitting up and that the right is a dead end.
Okay.
And you know Jebel went down the left way
Yeah.
and hasn't run into anything yet.
So far, we're just trying to make our way through. Haven't met anybody yet.
Well, we heard the noise ahead. I heard that too, right?
Yes. We know there's people. We just haven't come across them.
All right. I'll probably excuse my return to talk. Did we decide on who's going where?
Jebel just went to the left to scout.
Yeah,
And
Lee,
right
you're next to me to hear that.
Yeah, she's right behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And right is a dead end. We know the voice comes from in front.
Are you going forward, Raiken?
I haven't decided yet.
Alright, that's all the talking you get.
Alright. Do I have any other actions I can do other than talking?
You can move, you can attack, and if you have anything that counts as a bonus action that you want to do, you can do that.
I will, since Raiken said he couldn't decide, I'm going to pat him on the shoulder and pass by him forward.
Okay. You spend double movement getting through him, so you have control.
Careful.
Yes, so
first square is 5'10", 15 on the other one, 20.
Oh, sorry, then I can
25, 30.
30.
Yep.
Alright, and I'll stop there, and I'll look around.
Alright, let me check vision. This way. 5-ish. Alright, so the first thing you notice is that the tunnel directly ahead of you seems shrouded in a strange darkness but not like the darkness spell. It seems to be like a moving cloud of darkness that just is filling the area a few squares ahead of you.
Alright.
And then it doesn't completely occlude your view, so you know that far beyond that there are pillars rising from the ground, pillars of stone rising from the ground, large stalagmites. And you get the vague idea that there might be someone atop one of them, but you're not entirely sure.
Yeah. Alright, and that will be it for me then. Because I can't communicate anything, so... Alright. You heard me, right?
Yes, I was reading about the thing that is slightly obscuring your view.
Okay.
Just so you know, the strange moving darkness seems to start on this square here.
Oh, right in front of me? Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, it starts a couple of squares ahead of you, and you know that it's just this weird, like, hazy dark cloud that's making things beyond it hard to see. It looks like you can see, particles drifting.
Okay. Alright.
After Yuki, it becomes Rezim. Rezim is not on the telepathic bond, right?
He is not.
He snaps off a couple hand gestures to the drow. And he moves here, catching up with Gebel. And you hear the light patting of his large feet coming up behind you, and he taps you on the shoulder. Gebel.
Yep.
So he taps you to let you know that he's there. When you turn, you see he's holding his bow, and he seems to point at himself. He points at himself, and he points to you. And, like, back and forth a couple times, and then points up ahead of you.
I just nod in response.
Okay.
Because I think I understand what he means.
Raiken.
And I might.
Yes.
Your turn.
Okay. Let's see, so people. So we know right is a dead end. People have gone. Yeah. Yukikaze's gone up ahead, and Jebel and Rezum have gone to the left.
Yes.
Can I still see Yukikaze?
Yes.
And I can see that's a tight corridor.
Yeah.
Okay. Raiken is going to also head to the left just so that they don't get all bunched up and bottlenecked.
Wait, I don't have to control you. You can... No, yes, I do.
No, yeah, you have to control me.
Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30. After 30, you are presented... Well, I'll say that at 25, you round this corner and you see 2 ways to go. And you do not, from this vantage point, see anybody.
Okay. The ways you're talking about is to the right, where it kind of like forks, and then on the left.
Yeah. The 2 nodes I put down represent the 2 paths you could take.
Okay, that's what I figured. I wanted to make sure. Raiken is going to telepath to Jebel, asking him if he went to the left as well, which path he took.
What was that?
Raiken is telepathing, asking Jebel which path he took when he went to the left.
I hugged the right wall.
Okay.
You are currently against the right wall.
Yes. Raiken is going to be the left side then. He's going to go to the left.
Alright, so you want to go... You want to go... ultimately down this path, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. You have used 30 feet of movement. Do you want to dash?
Yes.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oop. Okay. Once you get to here, you see that you have 3 ways you can go.
Oh, jeez.
You see that there is a path this way, path here, and a path here.
Well,
You do hear...
Two of them look like dead ends.
You do hear fluid, liquid moving nearby. It seems to be coming from the middle path.
Okay. Like it will go down go to the right side then.
Okay.
He doesn't try to avoid water.
Alright, 25, 30. There you go. That's what you can see.
Okay.
Like a slope heading down, and then you kind of just see that there's like there's some path here. There's a gap in the wall. And then this seems to curve off to the right.
Okay.
Alright. Leah, the party is splitting all over the place.
Yes. I'm going to hold out my hand with Lorelai on it, and I will whisper to her, "Lend me your eyes," and she'll go invisible and fly ahead.
Okay. Where's she gonna go? Wait, does she have dark vision?
That's a good point.
I seem to remember that she doesn't.
Otherwise this might not work. It's a very good point. If she don't, I'll do something else, because obviously she would let me know that.
Yes, she would definitely tell you, like, she'd be like, "Lend me your eyes." She'd be like, "I can't see down here. That's why I stay with you."
Yeah, no, she doesn't. I was just looking into if it gives her my side or not, but it looks like it doesn't. So no.
You gain their senses.
Yeah. Yeah, sort of. I just watched through her eyes. I mean, yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what she see, but that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
and so if she sees darkness, you see darkness.
Yep. So no, then that doesn't work. I forget that it's dark in here.
I imagine that you actually say that to her, and she just sort of like hangs her head for a second, and goes back to one of your pouches.
Yeah. Bollocks. Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna go to the left or straight forward. I guess I want to pay attention to Raiken, and Raiken went forward, didn't he?
Raiken went left. You just watched him go over here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then I'm followed there. Let's see.
Because you can see perfectly, you know he went through that door.
Yeah. Oh, is it an actual door?
Well, pathway, you know. Okay. Gap in the rocks, down a tunnel.
That would have been important if it was a door.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't call any of these doors, like, they're square because they're on grids, but this is a cavern system.
Yeah.
I did my best to make things as round as possible, but, you know, there are limits. Well, limits to me, at least. Other people can get it significantly more round.
I guess I walk there, because going down the stairs, I assume, is rough terrain, so...
No.
It isn't. Okay, in that case... Yeah, in that case I can walk up on more, but, yeah. I guess I'm going there, then.
Yeah, I imagine this more as a slope than as a staircase, and I think...
it's just how that game work.
Yeah, and stairs are difficult terrain because they don't like people going up and down them. So what you do is you get... Mobile? Yeah, mobile.
Yes, mobile.
When you get mobile and then you take the dash action, you can run up and down stairs.
I still cannot see Raiken in the game, but I can see Resum and Jebel.
Yeah.
Even though Leah would not be able to see Resum from here, but
yeah, Resum should be blocked, but Jebel, I can see you seeing Jebel.
Yeah, the game still allow me to see resin though for some weird reason. I guess
I think it's
doesn't-
because Jebel is next to him and you share vision.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but I didn't see any of them before I came in here.
Well,
you don't share
can you...
Jebel's vision because he's not player controlled.
Yeah.
No. I don't know then. Whatever. Okay.
That's why I can't see Raiken either, so we'll
Alright.
see him.
Are you going to double move, or are you going to do an action, or are you going to end your turn?
Where did you say Raiken went? Did he continue to the left?
Yeah, you know that he continued this direction.
Why the heck would it go there?
Like you can see all the way from the stairs to like
You
where he
can
rounded
ask
a
him.
corner.
Yeah. Well, while following him, I'm gonna be like, "Wait, Dad, why are you going down there?"
I'm just helping check out all the bits and crannies.
You want me to stay put or follow you? Battle buddies.
Yeah, you can come join me.
Okay, then I double move.
Okay, go for it. And you can use the arrow keys to make the character move one square at a time.
Yeah, I know. I just forget.
I find that easier for counting steps.
That's 20, so that's 25. 30 will be right at him, so I'm just gonna stop there.
Okay. Lara Mendes.
Is the path clear enough that it would have triggered?
That's a good point. I do apologize. Vendar.
Yeah?
You had said that your trigger was when the path clears and a Dragonborn moves forward. Both Dragonborn have moved, one of them moved forward, so do you want to take your movement?
Yeah, I'll move up behind you, Kikaze.
Okay. And you're gonna just stop at him?
Yeah, I'll stop at the corner there right behind him.
Okay, so that's 15 feet, so you still have 40 feet left, just so you know.
Do I see any enemies in front of him?
You have the same dark vision as everybody else, so... This... You can see... The first thing you notice is that starting 10 feet ahead of him, like right at the point where it starts to widen out here, there is a cloud of something dark and shifting wildly that is lightly obscuring anything beyond it. So you can see things beyond it, but they're kind of shadowed a bit. Not like if they had cast darkness, it would just be black, and you wouldn't be able to see anything. You can definitely see through this cloud, and it's a cloud of something dark that's moving a lot. But
I'll stay where I am.
no, you don't see any enemies from where you are.
I don't really want to go into the inky black goo thing, so I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Lara Mendes.
I will move to here.
Okay. You can see that it is tight quarters in here, and you can't see anything ahead.
Yeah, I will dodge.
Okay. Cyrus.
Do I need to fully round these corners, or can I take diagonals?
I've been fully rounding things.
Okay. Then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then I will dash. Because I know over the telepathic bond that Jebel had said he was going this direction.
Yep,
And I
and you
went
know that he
straight
followed the right wall.
And another 5, 10, 15. And then 20. And
You run
I
into Resum.
Yep, and I assume that's not a space.
That's a really weird space. I mean, I think that it would be squeezing to be in that space.
Then I will sit right here.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay.
I had ended my turn, so you went too far. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Apparently, it doesn't matter which of these I'm on. I can control both of them
Yeah.
from either
Yeah, the
turn.
team can control. Yeah, the team can control any token regardless of the turn order.
Yeah. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. I need this. Here we go. Oh, interesting. Why do you suck? They, They give some very strange, They give some very strange spells to the, Priestesses of Wolf. Okay. Well, something happens, and then it becomes Bendar's turn.
Okay. Still can't see anything.
Yeah, nothing's changed. There's still that inky darkness ahead of you, and no currently visible enemies.
Alright, well, I'll prepare my action. I'll do the same thing. I'll dash and then prepare my action to move up once Sufikaze's move forward.
Okay. Gibble.
Am I aft? Wait, did Doral do something, or did he...
No, Doral has chosen what he's doing this match.
Okay. Where am I?
You're in the middle of my screen.
Little bit of lag.
Now, do a refresh if it's longer than like 5 seconds.
Let's see. Okay. That's facing north, is it now?
Yeah, I've got ahead of you to be north right now.
Okay.
Actually,
I
yeah,
will.
north.
I will move forward.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. You can see that things are widening out.
And what can I see?
Figuring that out. Okay. It looks to me like you can see that this room, this cavern, as the pathway you're on widens out into this open space, contains several floor-to-ceiling stalagmites, several of which have been flattened off at the top, and you can see that atop one of them there is a drow priestess, and atop another one there is a drider. The drider is going to take a prepared action, so that you know. You still have, let me see here, 5, 10, 15, 20. You still have 5 more feet you can go, but that's when the prepared action would go. You see the drider already had an arrow knocked on her bowstring, and she spots you, takes aim, and fires, and rolls a nat 1. And then gets a... Come on. Whoa. Oop. Alright. Here we go. Sorry. Took a moment to get that up. So that second longbow attack is going to be a 16 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. Third. It's going to be a 20 to hit.
Will hit.
Okay. For that, you will be subject to 7 non-magical piercing damage, and then 4 poison damage.
Okay.
So, you have 5 more feet you can move if you wish, or you can do something.
What space is open in front of me? Is it just the one right directly in front of me?
What do you mean? No.
No, I mean that I can move to. Can I just move to the square right in front of me?
Yeah, that's safest. These ones where the cave wall kind of hangs over it, I'm considering squeezing. And so you'd be, like, granting advantage to anyone that tried to attack you if you were in it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll move forward.
Okay. Just so you know, there's currently... Oh, well, that's neat. There's a shortcut for renaming things. Alright. So you move forward 1. This, rider is now within 50 of you. And so is the priestess.
Can I see both Driders, or is it just the one directly in front of me?
I mean, I guess technically... I was gonna, for this one... I guess, yeah. I mean, if it can see you, it's going to attack you too, just so you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I guess, yeah. Technically, it should be able to see you. You'll have partial cover, so it has partial cover. Well, you'll have partial cover. I don't think that it actually gets partial cover, because it's big. So your AC is +2. So that'll miss. That'll definitely miss. And then the last one is a 23 against your AC +2.
Which would hit.
It would still hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so 11 total damage unless you have resistance to poison.
I don't believe I do.
Okay.
Okay.
What would you like to do? You have 3 targets that you can see.
Let me just see now. Where's that spell? The Drider in front of me and the Priestess on the thing. How far apart are they?
Rider in front of you and the Priestess. How far apart are they from each other?
Yeah.
About 40 feet.
Could I cast Fairy Fire on the 20-foot cube in such a way that it overlaps both of them?
No. Because that would be 25 feet on a side, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Like, if it included her, it would just go from, like, where she's in to, you know, here. It's a really weird shape to see. On my screen, it looks like I'm making a square. But, like, you know, it'd only be... Oh. But it looks like you could hit this other Drider. So you could hit her and one Drider.
Yeah. That's The one at the back, like the...
Yeah, I thought you meant
farthest
this one over here.
No.
Okay, yeah, you could hit both her and the other Drider. And this Drider.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to try.
Let me roll dexterity saving throws.
Yep.
Alright, Priestess got a pretty decent roll. He got... Priestess saving throws. Doesn't have anything special for dex, so she got a 16.
That fails.
That fails, okay. And then the other one also failed.
Okay, so they are
They are shedding dim light for 5 feet around them, and granting advantage to any who would attack them.
Yep.
Which means that now the Yukikaze is very certain that there is a person up on top of the stalagmite out ahead of him. And it is definitely a humanoid because you can see the glow. Alright, that it?
That's it.
Okay. They took their prepared actions, so now they get to attack you for realsies. So this one here got a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, another 11. A miss.
Just a second.
And a miss.
I think I have to do is it a con save? Because that's...
Yeah, it's a con saving throw, and the DC is 10.
Yeah, that one saves, yeah.
Okay. The other one was going to attack. So it missed the other 2 attacks. I think a 15 misses. That's definitely a miss. And then a 20 against your AC plus 2.
That'll hit.
That'll also hit. Okay, another 11. I mean, that was painful, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I saved con save anyway, so...
Yeah, did you make the second con save too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yuki! You can definitely see a person glowing up on top of that stalagmite pillar in front of you. And actually, you can kind of see that there's part of a Drider visible to the left, too. Way beyond your dark vision, but it's glowing, so you can see it. I think you're muted, Yuki.
Oh yeah, I was. And I was talking.
Alright, so there's still that, there's still that gloom ahead of you. That moving, undulating cloud of darkness that is lightly obscuring things beyond it. What do you want to do? You know there are enemies beyond now.
And I noticed Larry Mendes coming in behind us, right?
Yeah, you know that you've got Vendar at your back and Laramendus beyond him.
Larry Mendes, you think this magic is... This looks like a magic fog. Is this dangerous?
When I see it, I might be able to know.
Oh crap, I'm in your way. Ah.
I also need to go give my cat insulin, so I will be back.
Okay. What you gonna do? You don't have a help from the wizard. And, you know that they are using you as a human shield, so... They can't get up to help unless you move up.
Vendar, I'll look at Vendar. I'll look at Vendar right after and be like, should I just suck it up and go into it?
That's why you're a fighter. Go kill him.
I thought you'd say something a little more heartwarming, but jeez, okay.
You're gonna handle whatever it is.
I will proceed forward cautiously, Tristan.
Yep.
So
oops.
So, that's not the cursor I want. So 5, 10, 15.
Alright, so
1.
as you hit that one with the line, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
This line right here?
Yes.
Okay. This way. Alright. Yeah.
So after on the 15 square, you enter the cloud. There is a high-pitched whirring noise in your ear holes as you enter, and every now and then something, crashes into your mouth. You go to spit it out. Roll a con saving throw.
This just sounds fucking weird.
Thick black smoke taste. Chew.
Oh, you're in for it now, Tristan.
What you got?
26.
Alright, let's see. Constitution saving throw takes that. Half as much on a save. Okay. Grab these. Alright. As you head into the cloud... 10. As you head into the cloud, again, as I said, you hear this high-pitched whine all around you, just amplified all around your head, and you feel these impacts all over your body in the darkness. Sometimes they get in your mouth, and they're clearly, like... You know that these are bugs. And they begin biting you. You take 10 points of piercing damage.
Ooh, chewy bugs.
Nom nom.
But if you
So
bite
that
down
was-
on
that was-
they die.
That was when I stepped in right on the rim, right?
Yes, it happens when you enter the area.
And if I back out, I'm gonna take it again, aren't I?
I can't answer that question. You could back out if you wanted to. You have 15 feet left.
Wait, I'll back up one space. Yeah, I'm just gonna back out of that because I that's what I want to do. See, I'm gonna back out the one and be
Okay,
just outside.
so you went 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, you back out. You are no longer in the cloud. The bugs leave you alone.
Do I have any speech left?
Something
No.
short. Give me like 3 words.
Not fun. And that'll be it.
Not useful.
Alright, are you ending your turn without anything else? You've got 10 feet of movement left, and you still have your action and bonus action unspent.
I'll dodge or anything in case anything comes out of there.
Okay. Dodge action. Resin is here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And you can see him kind of looking around with his, the ruby or garnet, the red gemstone, in his left eye. You can see it dimly glowing as he looks around the place. 60. Okay. Raiken. What you gonna do, Raiken?
Since nobody has said anything, Raiken will, I guess, continue on his way.
Okay.
The path that he's going.
5, 10, 15. You turn the corner and find it is in fact a dead end.
Damn it! Alright. He heads back to Leah.
Let me see if you can tell anything more about this one. If you can see that there is a pathway down here, but if you want to move 1 forward to 20, you'd be able to see down it.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna.
Because you knew there were 3 paths.
I'm gonna restart my Twitch because it's way behind. And of course, now I have to play it back. I don't think I'm going to do anything down there just because I heard the water.
Yeah.
So I'm going to avoid that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, you can kind of see that there's this path over there, but you know that, like, you could get a better, like, view of it with very little movement if you just moved 1 forward. You might be able to save yourself some time.
Okay, I'll move 1 forward.
Okay. You move 1 forward, and you look to the left, and you find that it appears to be another dead end.
Yay. Okay, now I'm going back again.
Alright. Boop, boop. You begin heading back toward Leah. What do you say? Do you say anything?
I say they're dead ends. And I'm going to,
And you could have sent me ahead who can actually see better in this darkness, but if you're sure, let's find the others.
Yes. Just stay close to me. And like in a little dash past, we'll get back the way that we came.
15, 20, 25, 30. Alright. He runs past you. Stay close, run.
Well,
Shut up.
I'm trying to stay ahead, like, to be a shield.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I know. I'm picking on you.
They're dead ends,
I'm
so...
just teasing you. It's fine. Alright, Leah, you're up.
Yes. I'm following after.
15. 20, 25, 30.
Sorry, I was supposed to just go that way.
Okay.
So... But... Is that 25 then? Or is it...
That's 30 that you've gone now.
Really?
Yeah. You were here.
Yeah.
And you went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, okay. So that's how it works.
You went through him.
Yeah. I get you.
Okay.
It's just my head couldn't do math for a moment. And then I'm gonna continue. Instead, Raiken has a pass. Try to hang on, old man.
You can see Cyrus ahead.
There.
5, 10.
Just be careful.
Alright. I believe you've got 5 feet more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What, can I see any of the monsters now?
Can you see any of the monsters now?
Considering I can see very far. And let's see, what was my mission
120.
again? Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Yes, you can see the... like, get an idea of how much the wall occludes it. But yeah, you get at least a partial view of the Drider up onto the pillar ahead of you. And, of course, Jebel between you and it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Egaria. Okay. Lermendus is still doing cat. Still doing cat. Alright, we'll skip to Cyrus.
Okay. Alright.
Right, you're over here.
Yep, I know where I'm at. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. Because if I try and get through there, I'm gonna have to just dash into the room, defenseless, or I'll have to stop in the middle and block up everyone else that's still also trying to move up.
Leah's already plugging it too.
Yep. 5.
Yeah, I thought about that after I moved, but since I thought of it after, then Leah also thought of it after. So.
We can cast something. Yeah, I think I'll dash just to try and let people through. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, dash 5, 10, 15, 20. 5. Let's see what I can see from here. So I can see a spider, and what looks to be a drow, priestess, resume, and another spider.
Riders, right?
Yeah, I don't have Drider tokens. They're Driders.
Alright,
And 2 of them are glowing with fairy fire.
I assume it's the ones with the torch on them?
Yes.
Okay.
Seemed like a good use of torch.
Indeed. 1 second while I consult my spell list, because I missed the fairy fire. My bad. I forgot. I only have 1 direct target spell. And the last thing I need to know is how big is the radius of fireball, because I can never remember.
20 feet.
20-foot radius. So then
That was 45 by 45.
So that'll be 50 feet across this one.
Yeah, go to 22.5.
Yeah.
If you measure from the center, measure 25 so that you get to the end of a square.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Alright, and then I can just move this over a little bit. Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
Fireball quickened, because I already dashed. And
Alright,
I
spend
will
the points.
cast this at 5th level. Dexterity saving throws, please.
Spend the point. Alright.
Points are spent, and now I've spent the spell slot.
Yep. So the Drider got a 15.
That will fail.
And the Priestess got a 21.
That will succeed. Alright, and so it's a base of 47 fire damage.
Okay. So the Priestess will take 23. Rider. We'll take 47. I think this is the first time they've been attacked for damage. It is. Okay.
That was a fairly successful fireball.
Reasonably so.
47 out of 65.
Yep, pretty good. I don't think there's anything else going on. Seems to be everything good. Okay.
And I am done. As all I have left is my reaction.
And Resin was not affected, so we're all good there. Alright. Next turn. Okay. Alright, you're going to have to make a dexterity saving... Wait, it is a wisdom saving throw, excuse me. And that is...
Right.
You is... Cyrus.
Okay, let me check something. Was it just charisma, or was it charisma or wisdom? Yep, I'm gonna use Shape the Dream.
Okay.
So as a reaction, I give them back the spell, but devour their action.
Okay.
Effectively.
There you go. Her reaction is spent, and she did nothing. Vendar. And is Laramendus back, by the way?
He is not, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Oh wait, no he is.
I am back, yeah.
Oh, okay, then Laramendus, please take your turn. We're about to start the order over again.
Okay. So, I want to move one north of Vendar so I can see the darkness thing, and I want to try and roll Arcana to understand it.
Yes, and just so that you know, because I don't think you were here when it happened, when Yukikaze took his turn, he clearly moved forward, you don't know how far, and then he said verbally, "That's not fun."
Okay.
That's all you know.
That's good to know. That is not technically minimized.
Got a 2.
That is a... No, I got a 3. So that's a 21 Arcana.
Okay. It's dark, but you do, at this distance, recognize that behind Yukikaze is a swarm of insects. This is the Insect Plague spell.
Okay.
You know everything there is to know about it.
Give me just a second to look that spell up. Fifth level, how?
Interesting.
What?
It's not a wizard spell.
Oh, yeah. But it is a sorcerer one.
Yep.
So,
but, I mean, still good roll, so there isn't anything super special about this that I feel should be obfuscated, given your high roll, despite that it's not a wizard's spell. It is a cleric spell, and you did study with clerics, so have at it.
Okay. The area is lightly obscured.
I'm just surprised it's not a wizard
Cover, right?
spell.
Yeah, it does seem... I get the weird thing to me is that sorcerers get it, but wizards don't.
Yeah.
that never happens.
It's because
I am going to... I'm sad that I haven't taken any damage to make this more useful. But I think I am going to cast a 3rd level Dispel Magic on it.
Okay. Since you're casting it on an area, just casting it on what you can see should work, yeah? Like, it's an area of effect spell.
Yeah, I think Dispel Magic, you can...
I think you can
choose
see
one
the
creature
spell
object or
effects.
magical effect within range.
Yeah, so you can
So
see the
that's-
effect, you can
yeah.
target it. Go for it.
Yeah. That is a 22.
Okay, you successfully cancel a 12th level spell.
Cool.
The insects disappear, and you are fully aware of the fairy-fired High Priestess, and partially aware of the fairy-fired Rider on top of the stone, the stalagmites that have been flattened on the top.
Okay. And I say that should make things a bit more comfortable. And I think I am good to stop where I am. And that's all my stuff.
Okay. Vendar.
Okay.
Yukikaze moved forward into the cloud, and then came back out of the cloud. And then the cloud disappeared.
Alright, then I'll move forward.
Just so that you know, even from here, though it's a little bit... not really. Even from here, you can see the Drow Priestess, because she got fairy fired. So even though she's outside of your normal dark vision.
Oh, nice.
She is about 70 feet away. A shot you, I think, can easily make even without moving.
Alright, then I'll shoot first.
Okay.
That's 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Gotta roll a DC 19 con save.
Okay. She did not make a 19.
She takes full damage.
Too bad, too. She can make a 19 more easily than a lot of the things I run with.
Yeah, it's 47 poison damage.
Okay. And lightning.
And max lightning. So I believe it's 11 lightning.
Okay.
Yep.
Your arrow, you stretch back, and you're thankful that the cavern has a reasonably high ceiling, and you arch the arrow out there, and you see it connect with this glowing creature in the distance, and you just see her tumble backwards off of the stalagmite.
That's good, because I would have actually had advantage on that shot, wouldn't I? Because of Fairy Fire, which means I would have gotten Sneak Attack, too.
Yeah. But that was enough. I'm gonna leave her there since her body's still glowing. But you saw her fall. What are you gonna do now? You still have your movement and you can dash. Or dodge.
I'll move forward.
Okay. 5, 10, 15... 20, 25, 30 will put you past Yukikaze. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said I could still dash?
You can, because of your bonus action?
Yeah, yes, because of my bonus action. I'll go and I'll hide behind the pillar to the left there.
Alright, 5. And just like this? Okay. Shovel! Wherever he went. There he is. Shovel! You know that the target of one of the targets of your fairy fire fell, and they're just laying on the ground, motionless. Still glowing with fairy fire. Jebel?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Where am I?
You are here at the top of the screen-ish, or the top. And
Oh,
I've
that's
made the enemies all south of you now.
Okay,
I mean, they're still north of you, but they're lower on the screen.
and...
Spooter. Glowing Spooter.
Can I get a top-down view of that bottom spider?
Does this help?
Yeah. Let's see now. If I move 20 feet down, how far am I from that spider?
If you move 20 feet down, 5, 10, 15, 20 to the edge, you will be 30 feet away. Technically,
Okay.
to hit it, it would only... this there. Yeah, 30 feet. Bup, 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 bup. You go right up to the edge. You look down, and there is just a deep crevasse in front of you. You don't think you're coming back from a fall in there.
Yeah. I want to Thorn Whip.
Okay. Where is
And
the Thorn Whip attached?
It's attacked from me.
Okay, I keep thinking it's the other thing. I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
thinking of.
Grasping Vine.
That's the one. That's what I keep confusing with. Okay, so Thorn Whip is a melee attack with huge range. What's the range? 30 feet?
30 feet.
Cool. What happens?
I have advantage, do I?
You do, because of Fairy Fire.
Yeah. Hopefully this hits. That is a 29.
That'll hit!
Let me see. It is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 13, 15. Was that 15 magical piercing?
Okay.
And I can pull it 10 feet closer to me if it's large or smaller.
It is large or smaller. You pull it 10 feet out over the middle of the pit. And you just see this glowing strider, half elf, half spider, falling and falling until the light is not strong enough anymore.
A deep pit.
I have been wanting to do something like that for so long. I was like, Grasping Vine, yeah, I'm going to keep that one prepared because this will happen at some point.
You're welcome. The pit was my idea.
That was that's a cantrip, so I can cast a bonus action spell.
Okay.
And I want to cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
At
Go
second
for it.
level.
You regain HP.
4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. I regain 10 HP. Okay.
You figured out how to remove things from the order, right, Derek?
Yes, you click on the token, and then you right-click it. Not in the order, just
Yeah,
the
got it.
token itself.
Apply turn order. There we go.
The other option is, of course, just to kill the creature, which will remove it automatically.
Yeah, I know, but because of their light thing, and just because this is like a trophy, I wanted to leave them there.
Yep, that's fair.
Do that. Apply turn order. There we go. Alright. This spider is going to climb down over to here. And she looks pissed. And she's going to shout, "You bastard!" And she's going to attack you with her sword.
Maybe this is just the irony in me, but attack with a sword, not try and push him into the pit.
No, she is trying to push him in the pit.
Okay.
It's just I need to make a melee attack. It's just I figured she would have to pull out the sword so that she could be logically making a melee attack, and then she can do a shove.
Gotcha.
Now, if I remember right, that's just an athletics check.
Yep, it's athletics contested by athletics or acrobatics.
Is it actually acrobatics also?
Yep, it is.
Okay.
I can pull it up if you like.
Please.
I will momentarily. I gotta go find it.
Alright, so that is a 17 athletics.
Need to wait till... Okay, let's see.
Alright, now I believe that would be under combat, probably.
Sam has it here. Target must be more than size. Contested by this target's athletics or dexterity.
Not acrobatics, just dexterity?
But athletics or acrobatics are...
Okay.
He posted it in Discord.
Alright, so make one of those rolls.
My athletics is higher. What is that? That is me falling into a pit.
Alright, you have this whip on your hand, right?
Well, I know it's gone now.
It's gone?
Yeah.
Well, because you're falling off the edge, because her shove can only be 5 feet, I do believe that you get a dexterity saving throw to try and grasp the edge.
Let's see. That's a 9.
That's unfortunate.
So, upon seeing this, I'm gonna shout, "Jimble fell over the edge. I'm gonna try and catch him." Shout. I guess both shout and telepathic bond, because in case somebody else is gonna try and do something.
I mean, you're gonna... Oh, okay.
With 60 feet of dark vision, how far down can I see this pit goes?
Further than that.
What is that? I might be okay.
So,
Turn into an air elemental, quick.
On the first turn falling, how far do you fall? Is it 50 feet on the first one, and then like 100 feet on the second one?
I think it's much more drastic in this. I believe in the player's handbook, there is no rule for it. In the player's handbook, you just fall the entire distance instantaneously. In Xanathar's guide, they added... Yeah, in Xanathar's guide, they said you fall 500 feet per turn.
That's a lot of feet.
Yep.
So you... you start falling. Wah! Alright. Yukikaze. You've just received word that, Jebel's falling into a pit, and he thinks he's got it. Oh, hold on. She actually still has 2 more attacks. Sorry, I skipped my own bad guy. I was so happy she knocked somebody into the pit.
He hops in after me.
Alright, she's gonna attack Resim. Resim.
Other notes? Other.
Easiest if I just go here. Alright, but she got like a 22 to hit, so yeah, that's definitely gonna hit him. That's gonna be 11 points, because I don't think, no, he's resistant to acid and nothing else. Alright, 11. And then her second one is actually going to miss, so he just takes the 11. Or wait, no. Melee attack is different damage. Hold on. It's not necessarily 11. Hold on. God damn it. Screwed up. Rider. Melee attack. Alright, same to hit. 7. Okay, it's just 7, not 11. It's actually less. Alright. Boom. And then she still missed with the other one. Alright, so now, Yukikaze. Yukikaze.
I am muted. Alright.
There's no longer a cloud of bugs.
And no enemies in sight. I don't know what's around the
nope,
corner.
no enemies are in sight.
And an ally is in trouble, possibly, so...
Yep.
I want to use elusive footwork and sprint. I can do so, correct?
Yeah, you can. Evasive footwork, I believe, is... What is it? Is it a reaction or a non-action?
It's just to use... I spend my superiority die, add AC to myself while I move.
Yeah.
While I am moving.
Okay.
So since I don't know what's around the corner, I'm going to... This is to kind of protect me while I move.
Okay.
So, spend superiority die. Use elusive footwork. And I roll low. Alright. And so it's 60, right, for dash doubles?
Yeah, you dash, it's double your normal move speed, whatever your current move
5,
speed
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
Okay. You're going to take an attack of opportunity. Or not an attack of opportunity, they're going to take their prepared action and try to attack you. With not disadvantage, but against your new AC. So whatever your current AC is, they got a... They rolled okay. Warrior to hit short sword plus 7. 21.
Okay.
Is
that's just it. No, nothing special. Nothing special to that.
It's a 21 against your current AC. What does that hit?
No. You miss.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, a drow soldier appears, from the corner next to you and swings, stabs at you with a short sword as you run by. You can continue your movement.
Okay, yeah, that was, yeah, I rolled a 2, so I have 21 altogether. Just
you have 20 what altogether?
22. 22.
Or 22, okay. Because I was going to say, if it was 21, he hits.
No, I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Alright, and real quick, as I'm running, I see the field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jebel is falling at the moment, right?
That is what you have been told.
So he's over by the pit. There's those there. I just got attacked. And wait, who is right there? I can see by pressing tab. That's Cyrus. Darkest podcast warrior, giant spider. Oh, Resim's there.
I think the names are currently all in the right places, which is nice. It was so weird that, like, so many times I played and they were not in the right places at all.
I can't see the spellcaster on the or behind the stalagmite, right?
No, you just see that there is a glow back there. That's all you see.
Okay. And I got... Oh. I missed the one that's there by Vendar. Alright. That was about 45. It's about 15 movement. 5, 10, 15. Resum's there, Cyrus is there, Jumble's there.
How much movement you got left? Where are you going?
15. I'm sorry. I should be thinking quickly. Fuck it. I am gonna think quickly. I'll just dodge that.
Yeah, you did, and you know that that was his reaction because it was a prepared action, so you can move away without an opportunity attack.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah, and I won't be able to do anything because I dash. So we'll do 5, 10. I think I want to stop there because that'll give me in range of multiple targets, and I can't see Jubble still, right? Because he's already fallen.
Yeah, he's falling.
And by looking, I can guess that's where he is. Okay.
The only hole you see around.
Yeah, I can't do anything more, so that will be the end of my turn. Because there's nothing else I can do.
Okay. If you don't want to use the last 5, you're fine.
Yeah. I want to stop there.
On Resum's turn, he is going to teleport, turn away, and attack. That's not. It is. No, that's super not going to hit. He'll attack again, and he will hit that time. You see that as the arrow leaves the bow, it becomes a bolt of force, like a magic missile. Strikes the target for pretty good. 22. There we go. Right. On his second shot, he teleports again, and you see that he's looking down into the pit. Raiken. Raiken.
Yeah. Guess he's going to try to go forward.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 gets you right behind Leah. Gonna double move.
Yes.
Okay. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 gets you to there. And you are aware of Cyrus right in front of you, and a Drider very nearby to him. You are also aware of Yukikaze, and you can see that there is a priestess, a drow priestess, lying on the ground, motionless and glowing with fairy fire.
Probably oozing too.
Okay, well, that's all I can do since I dashed.
It was like very slow, nothing happening at the beginning, and then everything happened very fast. Leah, Dragon Papa just ran by.
Yes. Okay, so I'm positioned there. The spider is no longer in a good position for me. He was in a good position because I could just shoot over, but no. Okay. Good move, but that will only bring me like. Okay.
You can see Dragon Papa.
I'm just gonna draw out something. If I'm like that movement, is that is that a single movement or is that a double movement?
To get into the square diagonally ahead of Raiken.
Yeah.
So it would be 5, 10, 15, 25, 35 to get into that square.
Yeah, that's what I needed to know, if that was a
double
because
it's a squeezing one, it costs double.
Yeah, I was not. Yeah, the question was if it was squeezing. Yeah.
What? Your question was if it cost double movement.
Yeah. That means, is it a squishing? Is this a squishing?
Yeah, it's a squeezing square, so it costs double movement. But 30 would get you right to here.
I know. I just want to contemplate whether or not I want to be in front of Raiken again, because it slows him down. It also puts me in danger. But if I get hit, I can just use Misty Step, so that would actually be a good thing, technically.
And I don't think your emergency ward has gone off yet, has it?
No. I'm all fresh. Nothing has happened to me combat-wise. Not even cast a spell. Okay, then I'm going to use my full movement and get there.
Okay.
And then I am going to cast Hex on the Drider.
Okay. What do you target?
The Drider.
No, I mean, what ability do you target?
Oh, I always forget that exists. I guess Dexterity is a good one.
Okay.
And then Eldritch Blast him. Because Hex is a bonus spell.
It's hexed.
And Eldritch Blast, yeah, so... Can I do this? And then... Does that work? Oh, okay, yeah, so that just does that. Okay, gotcha. Boop. So,
21.
Yeah, I take one at a time now, because last time it added them together and that just made it worse to me.
Yep. So 21 will hit.
Yeah, that's a 21, yeah. I'm just messing around. Okay, no, not you. How do I deselect? Okay, that.
Right-clicking.
Yeah, I figured it out. But I just had to figure out what to right-click. But it was a die, not a symbol on it. Okay, so that is those plus 7, right? No, 5? Yeah, 7, because it also adds the thing.
Okay, so damage.
So force is 10 and 2 from the hex, which is
12. The hex is 2 necrotic damage.
Necrotic, yeah, necrotic.
They don't seem to be weak to force or necrotic, so it will, and they don't seem to resist it either. So
yeah, I just always say
next to hit.
Next to hit. I just used to die. That's already down.
That's gonna be a 14. That's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna make it.
Okay, that'll hit. 31.
I mean, it hit the spider directly as well.
Roll some damage.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. So that's 17 total now.
Okay, 17 total. 17 damage. Alright, not yet bloodied.
Okay. And then that's my turn.
Alright, Laramendus.
Okay.
How are you? There you are.
I'm gonna start moving forward so I can see things.
Yeah.
2, 3. No, I'm just good. 6.
Okay.
Still cannot see things. So,
I would look left.
I don't think that I can. I mean, I can sort of. Can I? Oh. I guess Laramendus can see things. Sam, however, can't. To be fair, though, it was on my left.
It was indeed. Does Laramendus suffer from missing left eye?
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
but,
okay.
You know, again, Laramendus saw.
I'm gonna give him
Sam.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of peripheral vision. So after one movement, you do see this guy seems to be waiting for the right moment to strike.
Okay.
He got blown completely by the fighter, so he was just like, okay, somebody else will come.
True. Somebody else has. Unfortunately, somebody else is me. I am going to. Ray of Frost him.
So you see like Laramendus jogging past you, Vendar, and then he just sort of stops and looks to the left. And he kind of like cocks an eyebrow and then just sort of twiddles his fingers in the air and attacks your rock that you're hiding behind.
I got a 14.
You got a 14. Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see if 14 hits this. 14 is not going to hit this guy.
Okay, yeah. So you do see Laramendus turn, look surprised, and then hit the rock. There's some pebbles that like fall down and then like crack because they're frozen. And I will say I will point and say there's another one here. And that's my turn. Because I had to use all of my movement to...
Do you say that out loud or over the telepathic bond?
I say that in common... I say that to Vendar, essentially. So I say in common quietly, but...
Alright. Cyrus' turn. Cyrus-y. Where's Cyrus? There's Cyrus.
Alright, so... I know Jebel City had this, but, no, just in case he doesn't have this. 5, 10, 15. While running, I would like to use my bonus action to activate my wings. If allowed, I would have wanted to make some slits just in the back of my clothes with my dagger.
Yep, you can have easily done that.
Alright.
You do hear a bit of tearing still as they come out. It wasn't, like, perfectly positioned, but the garment does remain on you, so you didn't destroy it.
Alright, so hopefully I can fix that later, and then once I, kind of jump and just try and start propelling myself downwards.
I will allow you to use the wings to propel yourself downwards so you fall faster than a normal fall.
So, will I be able to catch up to him? Do you think? Like, does my character have any idea if he can catch up to him?
Because you can't yet see the bottom, you do have some confidence that you can catch him before he gets there, but I don't think it will be this turn. What would be an interesting way to do this?
So, my
How about
other
D4s?
questions...
Why don't each of you roll a D4?
Okay. My other question is, would haste assist me in going down faster, or do I start to hit terminal velocity?
I mean, you can kind of flap your wings to exceed terminal velocity. So haste would help.
Alright, then I will also cast haste.
Okay. Roll the d4s twice each?
I got a 3 both times.
Okay. Jebel, did you roll your d4s?
I got a 1 and a 2.
That is so unfortunate. 3 both times.
And sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles.
So yeah, you launch yourself down there with haste and begin beating your wings hard, trying to propel yourself faster than gravity. And you begin...
May I inject?
What have you got?
We could still use the... You know, the thing on this... On... channel point thing. The mulligan.
I believe Tristan said that's only for d20 rolls.
Only for d20 rolls, and don't worry about it. You launch yourself down this hole using haste and your wings, propelling yourself as fast as you can, and you do see as the gloom closes in around you, you know, the point where above you is outside your dark vision, below you is outside your dark vision. It's just this odd shaft. You feel like you're falling through a dream realm. You do start to catch up to Jebel as he falls, and you reach toward him and call his name, and you see he kind of like sort of notices you and reaches up, and your hands just sort of like you brush your fingers, just barely missing. He continues to fall away from you.
Alright, well, if he can't catch himself on his turn, then I can catch him on my next one.
Very likely. You're this close, and you
at
know
least
you're
be able to
falling
get within
faster.
range of teleporting us both back up to the ledge.
Alright.
I was originally thinking that I would just look over the edge and teleport beneath him, but I can't see far enough to do that. Or have any real way to judge distance.
This drow here is going to, like, see the ray of frost freeze the stone, like, blast a chunk of it off near him. He kind of, like, looks to the side. You're gonna see, like, both of his shoulders kind of slump. And he just, like, he tosses down a short sword and, onto the ground, you know, like, it clatters to the ground. He doesn't look angry. He looks upset, and he just sort of like falls to his knees, and you know you can see him kind of like shaking his head back and forth, and he's clearly grumbling to himself. In Undercommon, you can hear him saying, "What's the point?" The other one, not feeling quite the same way. Not going to do that. Going to run up behind Yukikaze. Missed him last time. Is evasive footwork still in effect, or is that just while you were moving on your turn?
Evasive footwork is only when I'm moving.
Okay. He is going to roll an attack. And it's a piss poor attack. How many does he get? He gets 2. So he's going to roll a second attack. And he rolls the same number again. He tries to take you unawares from behind, but you hear him coming, and you manage to parry his blows.
Nice.
He looks very frustrated. Vendar.
Well, I can see the one that's attacking Yukikaze, and it's already next to a teammate.
It is. It's true. That was a bad move by him.
So I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. Are you going to roll hide first so that you can get advantage?
I could do that. It'd probably get
Because
me the other one.
yeah, because you're behind an obstacle, you could roll hide.
Alright, why not?
Alright, roll it.
It's a 29 hide.
Okay, I don't even have to check his passive. You step out and make your attack, roll with advantage, and get sneak attack regardless because he's next to an ally.
I didn't roll particularly well. 17 to hit.
With advantage?
And a 7 and a 5.
Oof. Okay, so for 17 will miss.
Ouch.
Do I have a mulligan? I do. I'll use a mulligan.
Okay, you may roll another d20.
Do I claim it again?
I haven't seen the mulligan spend.
I tried to claim it and it told me there was an error.
Oh, what? Try refreshing and do it again.
You know what? I can just buy his Mulligan for him if if it doesn't work this time, that is.
There we go. Wait, no, is that not right? Wait, how do I do it again?
There's a little orb in the bottom left section of the chat part on the right side of the screen. You click that, and there should be a click Mulligan. And then I think there might be an OK box. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah, like right below the chat box, there should be a purple circle. What looks like a bubble.
I found it.
There you go. Okay, now you may roll your die.
Hey, and that's 20.
Okay.
That's a turnaround.
Roll critical damage for the weapon. And sneak.
So he's going to be dead. DC 19.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he didn't make the DC 19.
The arrow just turned around after passing by.
Hits him again.
Traveling with enough force.
So that's
and acid.
80 poison damage.
Ugh. It's disgusting.
What's my sneak attack again?
Like 76?
76, so 8d6.
I mean, I'm just guessing.
It is right, yes.
Oh, wow. I guess good. Yay, me.
Nailed it.
And 59 lightning damage.
He is super fucking dead. Like, he literally just becomes a fountain of gore.
Oof. Now that's what I like.
I'm glad I am not there to see that.
I saw that. And I closed my eyes.
And it gets all over the back of Yukikase.
You want to know the best part, Leah? You see it in color.
Mm-hmm.
Just purple and red and insides.
Gore fountain now in color. Colored by Technicolor.
I wonder
Okay.
how his buddy there felt about that.
You got anything else, Vendar?
No, I'll stay here.
Okay.
Find the pillar.
Alright, you move back. Jebel! You are falling. You missed your catch. with Cyrus just now, but you know he's chasing you. You know he can catch you. What do you want to do?
On the off chance that this does not work, I am going to wild shape.
Okay. What do you wild shape into?
Something like, I believe I can be. Let me more of my notes.
Be the what's the stupid bird's name?
Cal.
Cal, that's it.
And he's not stupid.
I know, sorry, that's just what I'm defaulted to.
Wait.
And he's not a bird.
He's also not a bird. It's true.
Be a Ketzel. It'll be awesome.
He's this stupid bird. I'm gonna be a finch.
You're gonna be a finch.
A finch.
Alright. So you reach for Jebel. He reaches for you, your fingers brush, you misses, and you just see him, like, as he kind of, like, falls a little bit further away from you. You know you can give it another burst for you to catch him. He just is, like, his face, he, like, kind of smiles at you, like, it's okay. And then he becomes this itty-bitty bird.
I imagine, like, it's...
And you just rocket past him as he starts floating.
I'm trying to just catch him, and I get, like, a feather as he transforms.
He's got this, like, it's okay, I forgive you face, and he just becomes a tiny bird, and you rocket by.
Now let's just see if I can stop myself from falling.
You smack right into me.
A second later, you slam face first into the ground.
Slightly below you, you do still see the glowing Drider falling. She's kind of watching you with this resigned disinterest on her face. And eventually she just kind of narrows her eyes a little bit. And she like goes to she kind of like realizes, wait, I still have ranged weapons. She knocks an arrow, and then you see her vanish. And what you notice as she vanishes is that the walls around you in this shaft have these black and red tendrils going up them, just like cleaves in the stone, as though there's like lava just immobilized in time inside. And below is just this haziness, like there's still no ground, and you've fallen, 500 feet or so down this hole.
And she just disappeared?
Yeah.
When it looked like she was trying to make an attack?
Yeah.
Well, that's horrifying. Well, I guess I'll get to see what that looks like.
I mean, are you going to... I'll wait till we're on your turn.
Yep.
But you cease falling once you become a finch, Jebel. Then what?
Did I see this happen? Below me? No.
Yeah. She was below you. She aimed at you, and she just sort of disappeared.
So the telepathic bond would just be... What was that about?
I don't know, but I get the feeling that this bond wouldn't work if we've gone on the other side of that.
I didn't catch that. What?
I said, I don't know, but I get the feeling this bond wouldn't work if we got on the other side of that.
I'm heading up. So I start to fly up.
Okay, you move at the move speed of a finch. Alright, it becomes Gigante Spider. No, that is a Drider. Alright. There's 3 of you. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Leah.
Yeah.
The Drider, the Drider moves
fine.
over to you and menaces you with a sword. Scoring a whopping 11 to hit you with it.
Yeah, that miss even before the armor.
Just going to swing at you again. Scoring a crit.
Oh, shit.
Yup.
There's your problem.
So a crit from a Drider with their sword is going to deal 16 points of non-magical slashing damage.
Okay. And that activates my trap card.
Okay, so now you have higher AC.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that happened. But also.
Oh, are you going to? Okay, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to use things. I'm just gonna try to find it first because everything is just it's so long since I used things that I forget where things lie. Let's just get there. When you take damage, you can use your reaction to turn invisible and teleport up to 60 feet. Yeah, that was what I needed to see. I needed to see the distance. Okay, so it causes me to use Mist Escape.
Okay.
So I go invisible and teleport to 60 feet.
Okay.
Let me just get a hold of what 60 feet is. Okay, so it's there. Okay. Yeah, that's far enough. That means that I am going to. Whoa. Let's get a hold of. What's going on there? Why can't I? Oh yeah, because it's not my turn. I can't control my character. I'm going to teleport on there.
Okay.
On top of that.
Oof. You teleport up there. You're invisible.
Yes.
The Drider doesn't have you as a target anymore, so she's going to move over and attack Yukikaze! And score a... What's her plus with this? Still 6. Okay, 21 against Yukikaze.
Get the bastard.
One more thing before I forget. When you roll concentration, it's just a blank D20, right?
No, concentration is a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save, okay. Because but that disappeared on. But
right
whatever.
in the pit.
Yeah, okay. Well, that makes it because it just needs to be 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have hex, and that's a concentration.
It's the higher of 10 or half the damage. So usually that's 10, but some things deal 30 damage and then the DC becomes 15.
Right, yeah.
Alright, so Yuki, she's going to, on her many arachnoid legs, walk up to you and two-handed swing this longsword at you, dealing 8 points of non-magical slashing damage.
We will fulfill Loth's plan. You will die here.
Yeah.
Alright. It becomes your turn, Yuki.
Alright, so I'm just gonna start swinging at her.
Okay.
With key, and that will be... Alright. That would be weird.
Sup?
Oh, well, we're gonna do it because I'm gonna attempt it. If I hit, that is.
Okay.
My key is... Really game? Wow, that was horrible roll. An 11?
To hit?
Oh, really? With 11?
No, I said to hit.
Yeah, 2 hit.
That will not hit.
Okay. That's number 1.
Remember that you only have to spend the superiority die once you hit, so you don't have to spend it on each swing.
No, I'm not spending any yet because I haven't hit yet.
Right.
So 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alright, and I will be sending a superiority die to do trip attack.
Okay. She has to roll a strength saving throw? I don't think she's gonna make it.
DC, yep, strength.
She got a 10.
Nope, it's higher than that.
Okay. Then,
So-
you managed to sweep enough of her, wait, I'll just make sure she isn't immune to that.
That's what I was wondering.
Drider, bloody, upside down. Web walker. Nope. Yeah, you can knock her prone. You managed to knock her prone.
Okay. So it'll be 14 magical piercing.
14 magical piercing.
And for my third and final attack.
Which you have advantage on. She is bloodied, by the way.
That'll be 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Although... Alright, that's a little weak. So, I think I'm going to spend... Alright, so... I'm going to spend another superiority die.
Okay.
To do disarming attack.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yep, disarming attack. Ooh, that's nice. I rolled low, the minimum I could roll on my sword, and then the highest I roll on my superiority.
Cool.
So that is 17 magical piercing.
Alrighty.
And her DC to save is strength for the disarm.
Yeah, less than a 10.
She fails.
Yep. So you knock the sword from her hand.
That will be everything. Oh, I could say to her to respond to her comment, not today. And that's it.
Alright.
Well, I don't know if it. She's still bloodied.
Yeah. Alright. Resin. That way. Is going to teleport. Fire. Scoring 18. Which will not hit. Which will hit. So, again, Force Arrow. Doing 20 points of damage. Alright, she's looking pretty injured. As it becomes Raiken's turn. You just saw the spider walk over and Drider walk over and great slash your daughter with her sword, who disappeared after getting cut, and then started attacking Yukikaze, who's been fighting it back hard.
Well, now it's getting another Dragonborn to attack it.
It's just Dragon Squad over here fighting the Drider. Alright, so you move into position.
Yeah, I do think it's kind of funny. All the Dragonborn are right in a row. Zah! Alright.
They're all right in a row, and they're all attacking the same monster.
Yep. A 26.
That's gonna hit.
Alright. Give me my dice.
Remember, you have you guys are taking account advantage on it, right?
Yeah, you do have advantage because it's still prone.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, well, let's see here. Come on, crit.
You might crit.
Nope, but I did make it to 29 instead.
Well, you still hit. 26 hits. 29 doesn't. 26 does, though.
Okay. Attack. And we got 10 points of non-magical silvered slashing and 8 radiant.
Ooh. 10 and 8. Alright, well, it's not standing, but it is still alive.
Alright, I'll attack again.
With advantage.
Oh, so close. 30.
Just come right up to the line, but never cross it.
Yep. And this time, it's only going to be 8 points of non-magical silvered slashing and 3 points of radiant damage.
It does die, though.
Yes!
Okay.
Dragonborn Squad.
Dragonborn Squad. Leah, you are invisible up on this thing.
Well, not anymore. As soon as my turn starts, the invisible stops.
Right, so you become visible up on top of this thing, and you can see that the Dragonborn Squad killed the Drider that attacked you.
Yeah, then my Hex, I move it over to the Drow Mage I see from up here.
The dead body?
Where is she dead?
Yeah, she's been laying on the ground for a while, completely immobile.
Oh.
She's just still glowing with fairy fire.
Okay, is there anyone else I can see?
Nope.
Oh, that's a problem. Well, then the Hex just stays on the body until I see someone else that can move it, because that's what it does. It stays active until I disable it. So.
Okay.
And it's active for an hour, so I can just leave it there.
Yep. What are you gonna do for your turn?
Well... well, that's a problem.
From here, you can kind of look down into the pits, and I think your friends are still too far away to see, even with your vision.
Yeah, I mean, they had to be further than 120 feet, and I assume they are.
Yeah.
Could try to get over to the old... Nah, damn it, I don't have any good movement to do that. I mean, not that costs too much spells. Blah. Then again, I don't really want to... I'm gonna ask people over telepathic bond. Any more targets left?
You'll hear Laraminda's respond. There's one who has seemed to surrender near me.
Okay, well, in that case, I am going to start climbing down this rock.
Okay, you begin climbing down the rock. Laramundus, it becomes your turn.
I will I will say in Undercommon, I suggest you make no sudden moves, and then prepare a Ray of Frost if one of us is attacked by this person.
He's still just like he's still just sort of like kneeling before you with his hands in front of him, his eyes pointed down, still just kind of shaking his head, and you hear him grumble in Undercommon.
Do whatever you're going to do.
I am still just preparing that spell. So that's going to be it for me.
Alright. Cyrus. You rocket past the bird. You see this Drider vanish as, like, the walls around you seem to be, like, becoming this diseased-looking red and black. And there is this haze. You feel like you can almost see her beyond, like, a constantly rippling water surface that doesn't really seem to be there.
Am I capable of stopping myself before going through it?
Yes.
Alright, then I will stop myself as fast as I can, and use telepathic bond to just confirming, you're not in any major danger up there.
I think we're done.
Not that I'm aware of.
Alright, then it's gonna take a minute for me and Jebel to fly back out of this pit.
Glad to hear you.
There's some sort of, I'm not sure what to make of it. There's something at the bottom of this thing. And, I mean, I use the term bottom loosely.
We couldn't see it, but you were making, like, those marks with the fingers.
Air quotes.
Quotation marks.
Yeah. Air quotes. There you go.
Air quotes.
Alright.
So
do you
then
want
I
to
will-
begin... You said you wanted to begin heading back up, or are you going to do something else?
Let me take a quick look at myself, see if there's anything I actually cast as long as I'm here, to see if I can find out what this is. Have check magic, but that would at most tell me the school, and only if it's a spell, and this doesn't look like any spell I've ever heard of. So instead, I would like to just roll whatever knowledge check you feel is applicable.
Arcana.
Okay. I got a 16, but just for funsies, well, 69 die, but just for funsies, I'm going to use inspiration to see if I can get a little better.
Okay.
I did not, so that is a.
You had like a
21.
25% chance of getting higher.
I didn't expect to get better, so 21.
21. You are aware from the schooling that your father gave you and from the information that you've gathered in your travels that there are places in the world where certain magics have coalesced to weaken the boundary between this plane of existence and others. You haven't experienced one directly yourself as of yet.
I had heard of the ones to the Feywild.
Yes, you're
So I was
aware
gonna
of
add
the
them
Fey
to the map.
perpendicularities, and you know that there are specific places in the world where the two planes overlap, and under the right conditions you can simply walk from one to the other. It is not outside the realm of probability that the same is true of other planes.
Okay.
You can't explain with your knowledge of any spells how this is happening, but it seems that this is a planar event.
Okay. Then I'll use whatever actions I have left to go back up, and I'm gonna start PMing you a thing or two to clarify between my knowledge and my character's knowledge without corrupting other people's ideas once I tell them.
Okay. Then I will skip on. You move at your move speed to the Dark Elf Warrior, who continues to seem to be waiting on you, Laramendus. When nothing happens after he had said, do what you're going to do, he kind of like slowly raises his head, seeming to look at you with one red eye in the darkness.
Says, "You've killed my priestess. The city's going down a dark path. What have I to live for?"
Do I have time to respond with anything? Because I did talk to him beforehand.
I'll let you respond.
Okay.
There's no fighting really going on. They're only in combat turns, kind of as a courtesy, really.
I guess that's fair, yeah.
We're not really in combat anymore. So, people who are not in the pit can end initiative here. People who are not in the pit can begin moving and declaring interactions, but let's start with Laramendus.
I will say things are changing here in the Underdark. And it's possible that those who are displeased with how things currently are in places like the city of Onyx might find their homes in more open places.
He seems to look a little confused at you. Like he doesn't quite comprehend what your meaning is. And finally he just kind of says, "What?
What did all those words even mean? Say it plainly. Are you going to kill me?"
I feel that there's time for a conversation before we come to that decision. And I do, I stop preparing my spell. Like, I am now not, like, having my hands at the ready to cast more magic at him and all of that.
He does see the glow disappear from your hand that you lower it, and he does seem to be newly interested in what's going on. Vendar, there is this conversation happening near you. Did you want to become involved in it?
I suppose so. I'll go over to Laramendus.
Alright, you move over to Laramendus. You can see that there is a drow soldier kneeling on the stone floor of the cavern, and a few feet away from him is a short sword that has been discarded. He shifts his, view from Laramendus over to you and says,
"We're supposed to kill you as part of the deal with the dragons.
We are trying to stop the dragons. We believe we can do it. We're trying to forge a better world."
World for you, maybe.
For all. Loth isn't your only option. The drow can live peacefully with the other races on the surface if you wish.
I think that on any other day, I'd have laughed at both of you before slitting your throats after hearing such tripe. But I'm not certain is Loth thinks to accomplish by working with these fiends. Let's just say that my faith has been shaken today. Perhaps I'm more willing to try to understand what it is you're offering.
Yukikaze, you are also nearby. Is there somebody you wish to check on? Actually, I'm just noticing that it's past 10:30.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna mention that, but
Yeah.
you were in the middle of a good role playing.
I know, but I don't. I want to keep to my word. You said hard stop, so we'll pick it up here, right here, with this conversation next time.
Yeah, it seems like a good place to start.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can be a part of it because I did the math and it takes all of 24 seconds for me to get back out of this pit.
I mean, I think it's going to take them more than 24 seconds to have the entire conversation. I think they're pretty much at 24 seconds now.
So, last thing I did, by the way, during the conversation, I walked up to the dead body and just wanted to see if it actually was dead.
Yes, she is dead.
Yeah.
She has
That was
there's an arrow buried right beneath her clavicle in her chest, and you can see that her face is covered in blood and bile.
Yeah. So that just to clarify, that is the last thing I did then.
I'm sorry, there's not an arrow there because he doesn't fire arrows anymore. There's a
some
hole,
burn marks.
however. Yeah, there's like electrical burns on her flesh. Alright, I will answer these questions for Derek. You finished the combat, which was excellent, so you deserve experience. Which, let's see, there were 2 of these, 1 of these, 2 of these. Does it tell me? Or doesn't seem to tell me. Alright, let me quickly calculate it. Probably told me somewhere, and I didn't pay attention. Alright, so these guys are... this, that, and these are that. Alright, I'm going to divide all that. And everybody's going to be taking 1,750.
Woo! Character manage P.
Jason.
Yeah.
I forgot the damage I took. That was just slashing, right?
Yes, it's just slashing. No, nothing else.
Yeah, just had to be sure it wasn't.
Yeah,
poison.
a lot of drow have poison blades, but the driders don't.
Yeah, just checking because I thought about that after my turn. I was like, wait a minute, if that was poison, I should not have taken damage.
Right. No, it's just they just do slashing. They just do 8 points of slashing, and she crit, so 16.
Yeah, good. It's noted correctly.
17.
Then I'm not gonna linger, so I'll see you.
Yep. All right. Have a good night. Thank you, all of you, for joining. We'll pick up next time, next Tuesday, 7:30, with this conversation with the drow who has surrendered.
Woo.
Bye.